Second Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And those two scriptures I just pointed up, it just puts in the barrel the times that we living in, man. Perilous meaning dangerous times, and the love of many waxing cold because of many things. You know, people just giving up, people just saying to hell with it, and coming out and pretty much taking their anger and their frustration out on the next person. You know, yesterday was pretty nice, and you know, I was out and I must have seen 20, 30 cop cars, you know, just, you know, going and coming, flying by and all that. Because, you know, Jake, once the weather get warm, that's when he want to turn to a fucking demon. But, you know, this happened, I believe, yesterday. It says, man fatally stabbed on subway after fight on number 5 train. Suspect on the run. Now, I believe this happened around City Hall, you know, in Manhattan or whatever. But showing you, man, that nowhere is safe. And this summer going to be a hot one, man. A hot one in the form of weather and destruction and violence, man. It's going to get real bad out here. Real bad out here, man. Every year it gets worse. Every year it gets worse. So let's play it, man. Yahbashim Shah willing. The let be other five. Shalom.
And that stabbing happened just before 9 this morning on a 5 train that was traveling through Manhattan.
Police say it all started with one man accidentally stepping on another man's shoes. It ended with a suspect stabbing the victim again at the Brooklyn Bridge City Hall Chambers Street station before running off. That victim.
And you see it, man. Like people getting unalive for stepping on a person's foot, looking at a person too long. Then you got bug outs every time you get on the train, man. You gotta look over your shoulders, make sure they ain't gonna run up on you. Right? It's a time that you gotta be very mindful, man. A time that you gotta have your head on the spiritual swivel, man. Because people are out here in a demonic state that they just want to afflict harm on a person, man. Here it is, the whoever it was, they got unalive, they got put to death for stepping on a man's shoes, man. Stabbed up. Lost his life because he was stepping. Ultimately, we know that it was the judgment of the Heavenly Father, man. Because what? The Lord said, I kill and I heal. Right? I wound, you know. So we know that it was ultimately the Lord that did it, man. But down here on the earth, you looking at, most people will look at it and say this was a senseless crime. But we know that it was a bigger, you know, a bigger meaning behind it, man. The Lord seen something in that person that he was tired and fed up with, man. So, hey, man, it's very deadly out here. Let's continue.
Later died at the hospital.
Eyewitness News reporter Janice Yu is live in Lower Manhattan with the details. Janice.
Well, Sandra and Lauren, authorities say this was not an unprovoked attack, and subway crime is the lowest it's been in 27 years. But when you talk to riders, and I talked to a few today, they all say they hear about violence like this far too often. When commuters pulled into the Brooklyn Bridge City Hall station Friday morning, they were greeted by a bloody scene, crime tape, and detectives.
It makes me feel unsafe, you know. Being in the subway is just so many people with mental disabilities, and it's just unsafe. I'd rather take the bus, tell you the truth.
Authorities say two men got into an argument on a southbound 5 train around 8:40 a.m. after one stepped on the other's shoe. The person who stepped on the sneakers allegedly pulled out a knife and stabbed a 38-year-old man. Witnesses say the victim was being aggressive toward the suspect and also called him an anti-gay slur. The suspect left the train at Brooklyn Bridge City Hall station, but the 38-year-old followed him, at which point he was stabbed again on the platform.
This is like sad, you know. People have to ride the subway in fear like this, you know. But man, it can happen to anyone at any time. God bless them here and then.
And it's showing you, man, that's the judgment of the Lord, man. That I didn't even know that the dude was he was one of those goddamn colorful people, man. So people getting fed up with that shit too, man. There's a lot of weirdos, especially in New York, man. I see them all the time. Weirdos, man. And they just freely out here just, you know, trying to push that demonic energy on everybody else. You know, and the Lord he got something real special cooking for you damn Milky Ways, man.
Happened to me.
The 38-year-old was rushed into an ambulance, but he later died at Bellevue Hospital. Meantime, the suspect was caught on cameras inside the...
And it looked like a Jake. You know, you can see his feet. All right. Right here. You see his feet. Yeah, he was a Jake, more than likely. You see the Jordans and all that. You know. Jake, man. All flamboyant and shit.
8-year-old was rushed into an ambulance, but he later died at Bellevue Hospital. Meantime, the suspect was caught on cameras inside the train and on the platform, wearing all black jeans and black Beats headphones.
It's terrible. We need to step up security on the trains. We don't see enough police presence on the train. I don't know what needs to be done, but that definitely needs to be done.
Authorities say the man who was killed has about 70 prior arrests. His last arrest was just in February for allegedly assaulting an officer at the 34th Street Penn Station. Again, the suspect in this stabbing is still on the run. Police are asking anyone with information to please contact them at 1-800-577-TIPS, excuse me. Live in Lower Manhattan, JDSU Channel 7.
So there it is, man. And this is the demon right here who did it. You know, let's get his ass up there. Yeah, this is the demon that did it. You know, he's still on the run. But you know, the Lord got the death angels out here, man. This is Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. I'll start at 14. It said, Wherefore he saith, Awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and the anointed Yahushua shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, meaning taking hold of the time, because the days are evil, man. The days are very evil, man. Right? What does it tell you in what's that, Proverbs? Because they said that Jake had 70 prior arrests, you know. So the Lord said what? Proverbs 17 and 11. It said, an evil man seeketh only rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him, man. And this dude right here was that cruel messenger that was sent to that Jake that got put to death, man. You know, because what? He was an evil man. He was very rebellious, right? So these death angels, they get sent to you, Jakes, when you act a damn fool, man. When you act a damn fool, right? Let's get let's see. Job chapter 19. Let's get Job chapter 19 and verse 29. It says, Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, man. So this was all wrath right here. stepped on the sneaker. It was bigger than stepping on the sneaker, man. That was supposed to happen. Right? That was a hit from the Lord, man. It says, be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment. And that was the judgment, man. In these last days, the judgment is going to be 99% the sword, man. Right? 99%, man. I'll take it. I don't know how the Lord gonna do it, but hey, you see what you see the direction it's in now. So it's gonna be my last one. We're gonna shut it down. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 12 and verse, because you know this nigga right here, he got a judgment too. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 12, verse 28. For the sword of the one shall devour the other. Right? So what? He took that knife and devoured another, Jake, and put him to death, man. It says, for the sword of the one shall devour the other, but at the last shall he fall through the sword himself. So you do dirt, you get dirt. Right? What you done is going to come back to you. Lord got a purpose for everything, man. He going to use you demonic niggas to put away you demonic niggas. And then he going to put away you demonic niggas. Right? So that's all she wrote, man. I'm going to leave it there. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing. The elect be other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And to the next lesson. Shalom.